You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the third annual Battered Award Show. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
That was beautiful. Huh?
Elegance.
That was amazing.
I threw some gel on the hair. I wanted to do the tux, honestly, but I couldn't get the tux going. But we're ready, man. Third annual, 3 times, baby. Third annual show. We had more participation in our voting this year than we did last year. So shout out to everybody that took the time to vote. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun night. And I'm not like a male stripper. I am not dressed like a male stripper. I usually don't do bow ties, but I figured that today was appropriate for the bow tie. Chris, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I know how to tie a tie. I just don't know where to put the tie. So
that's a very common issue. So let's get to it. We had, was it 20 categories?
Yes, 20 categories that we have lined up for today.
Right. We had 20 categories. Last year, we had, I think, a little over 100 people participate. This year, we had 237 people participate. Honestly, I was a little disappointed. I was hoping it would be a little more since we had like over 1,000 people join us the last 2 nights. But regardless, we do appreciate all 237 people of you that did join in. It's much appreciated. It's going to be a fun time. And I think if you want, Chris, whenever you are ready to get to it, we can get to all the topics. Oh, you didn't do the banners. I'll see if I could do that.
I did not do the banners. I'm sorry about that. I was uploading the images for the pie charts and stuff.
All right. And Stancy, I look weird. It's okay.
Listen, Danny doesn't look weird. I like the look. I mean, listen, it's not my cup of tea. I don't like the suspenders and the bow tie. I mean, that's not. I usually
don't do suspenders and bow tie at the same time. But like I said, I was trying to overcompensate for not having a tux with me. Next year, the 4th annual award is gonna have a tux. I am coming in a tux.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna come through in a tux. I'm gonna rent it though. I'm not gonna buy a tux. Who buys tux?
I don't own a tux either. All right. So we ready? Award show time?
Yes, award show time. I'm gonna go ahead and start off.
I'm gonna let you run with it. You decide what we're doing first. Chris is gonna run the show. So this might end up being the worst show of all of them.
Well, I mean, let's figure out where we want to go. On the pitch, off the pitch first. Are we gonna go on the pitch stuff first?
You are the captain. You steer the ship, sir, as however you see fit.
Okay, so we'll go from top to bottom. We'll go. Chat. Let us know what you guys want us to do on pitch.
You could go in the same order that it showed up on the actual voting form.
Okay, look, there's some people that are saying on the pitch. Some people saying off the pitch. They want to go. A couple people want to go off the pitch first. I kind of want to leave the off the pitch stuff for last because that's a little funner. And there's some unexpected stuff here. So I think what we'll do, and Mr. Krabs, and for those of you asking where's Solana, if you guys catch us tonight, you'll be able to catch us doing Spanish show live and vivo with Solana and Xavier La Voz, and you'll be able to go ahead and catch us doing that. And on top of that, lucky enough, you'll probably be able to catch us doing the show while this San Diego bonanza is going on, and then we're going to get a player stolen tonight. How about that?
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with the first one on the list. We're going to go the way that you just said, Danny. So we're going to go biggest surprise of the season. Okay. Now this category, biggest surprise of the season, had 4 players. Who were the biggest surprise? Had Yannick Bright, Noah Allen, Diego Gomez, and David Martinez. And the biggest surprise, according to the voters,
No.
were.
Go ahead.
I mean, I
want to
didn't
know
know.
who you would
Oh,
have
that's
picked.
right.
Who would you have picked?
I would have picked Yannick Bright. I'm sorry, Danny. That's what you get when you let me lead here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would have picked Noah Allen. Only because Yannick Bright was an unknown. So,
Yeah.
yes, I guess that does contribute to the whole surprise. But so many people assumed that Noah Allen would fail at center back because he was too small. And at the end of the season, everybody, you know what? I take it back. Because even though he superseded expectations, the biggest surprise, I guess, was Yannick Bright because he was an unknown. So, yeah, you're 100%. I'm with you. He is the biggest surprise.
So we'll go with biggest surprise of the year. And we forgot the drum roll, Danny.
Did you get
it? Forgot. Yes, I did get it. Yes, I hold on. I got to find it. Hold on. Drum roll, please. This is all sloppy, guys. Sorry. Here we go. And it would be Yannick Bright. Takes it easily.
Oof. 90%.
Now, I've seen some of these today. You're the one that's going to be a little bit more surprised than I am.
I have not seen these yet.
So you have not seen these. And Diego Gomez seems to have gotten a second place. And then Noah Allen, not too far from him. And David Martinez, I guess, wasn't as big of a surprise as to other people. So there goes biggest surprise of the season. Now, let me see here if anybody's commenting.
Sorry that I seem disengaged. I'm just writing up the banners.
It's all good. Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of people mentioned a lot of people mentioned Bright. A lot of people mentioned Allen too. Look at this. Looks like dial up era chart. Listen, look, the production. Listen, you get what you get, and you don't get upset, Kata. Let's go. Come on.
Look, if we could do this for like a living, I'm sure we would do a lot.
Oh my goodness!
But we literally do all this stuff on the fly. I honestly, sometimes I look back at the stuff that we do, and I'm like, I don't even know how we did all that stuff.
Yeah,
because we really have no time. Go for it.
I mean, look, there's people just clowning on us for our incredible work. Get out of here, guys! If you want us to do this like really, really good, then we gotta get paid for this stuff. If not, we still got to do crappy jobs for a living. Yeah. All right. So next one is biggest disappointment of the season. Now this one, it's a little tight. Okay,
really?
A lot tighter. Yes, a lot tighter than I anticipated. You're gonna see from the graph in just a little bit, but the options in this category was Leo Campana, Robert Taylor, Drake Callender, and Tomas Aviles. Now, I would have selected the biggest disappointment. Unfortunately, even though I love him, Robert Taylor.
Because of his lack of playing time.
Well, I mean, it's just his lack of playing time. Whenever he did get the opportunity, it was with people that he just couldn't be able to combine very, very well with.
See, okay, I see some people putting Calendar in the chat, and we're gonna check what the actual results were. I lean towards Campana, and I know people think that I hate Campana. I don't hate Campana. My thing with Campana is that he came into the season as a DP. So I thought when the summer came around, he was gonna show us his DP status, right? Messi and Luis Suarez are gone. My time to shine. My time to show why the DP designation fits me, why I can live up to that. And he disappointed the hell out of me during the summer. Now, he picked it up a little bit towards the end of the season. That's fine. But I think during the summer, I was so disappointed that I think that's the highest level of disappointment that I've had all season. So I would go with Campana, especially because of the summer. I see some people putting Toto because of his immaturity. Okay.
Well, the biggest disappointment of the season, according to the voters.
Okay.
I had to put that. I had to find that. The moment I was looking at drums, biggest disappointment of the season is tight race
Ooh.
28%,
Oh, that's a
28%
tie.
equal Drake Calendar and Campana. So they both
Oh,
share this award.
this is the first time we have something like this happen in our 3 years.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So we have wow. Do we give the award to both, or
I mean,
is there a tiebreaker? I
yeah.
give it to Campana. Who do you give it to?
You know what?
You
I'm
said
gonna have
Robert
to give
Taylor.
it. No, well, if I had to pick between Campana and Calendar, I'd have to say Campana.
Okay. So
So
Campana, we're gonna make an executive decision, and Campana is gonna be awarded the biggest disappointment of the season. I cannot believe there was a tie.
yeah, that's crazy, right? I told you it was tight. I
Like,
told
and
you
people
it was
forget
tight.
Drake had his moments. But so did Campana.
Oh, but look, Kata's saying he didn't vote, so he wants to vote for Drake.
Oh, I don't believe you,
And
Kata.
Kata, come on. I know you asked for the link earlier, but come on, Kata.
Oh no, that's it. It's true. You should have voted. You would have. You know how everybody says every vote counts, right? Isn't that like the slogan? Every vote. There you go, Kata. You were the defining vote. You could have prevented Leo Campana from getting this prestigious award, but that's it. Now forever, sketched in stone, and his resume will be Battered Award, Most Disappointing Player 2024. That's on you, Kata.
This is where you got to listen to Puff Daddy when he says to go vote. You don't remember when he said to go vote?
Puff Daddy's not the person you want to be referencing right now.
I know, but this is where you want to listen to him. This is where you want to listen to him, not now, right? I mean, because now, you know, whatever's happening.
Let's get off the Diddy talk. Let's get off the Diddy talk.
And on top of that, he had Biggie killed, so okay. And Tupac probably. But
you know,
whatever.
It's funny because me and Johnny used to have, my cousin, he used to have a conspiracy theory that it was him that got Biggie killed.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if
but people aren't talking about it until now. No, we're not. We can have that discussion another day.
You do that to me and you get me in the quicksand immediately. So you're gonna have to control the sound for me, Danny, when I pull up these things.
No, I'm done with the banner, so I'm good.
All right. So next one is biggest what if. All right. Now this is also something that I was actually kind of surprised at. Biggest what if, we had 4 options. What if David Ruiz didn't get a red card versus Monterrey? What if Yannick Bright didn't get injured versus Atlanta in game 2? What if Tata made early substitutions in Leagues Cup versus Columbus? And what if Ian Frey doesn't get injured? Now, in that, go ahead, Danny.
No, who would you go?
I probably would have picked the Yannick Bright doesn't get injured in Atlanta because that was such a pivotal moment in the series.
Yes. I go David Ruiz.
Yeah, David Ruiz. That's
I feel
huge.
like if we go into Monterrey because I think we keep that 1-0 lead that game. And if we go into Monterrey 1-0, healthy Messi, I think that might end up a little different the way those two teams play out. To me, that's what I'm most curious about. The whole Bright injury, I do think that it was big, but Brad Guzan was playing out his mind one way or another. I really wish I could find out what happens if David Ruiz doesn't make that boneheaded red card. But let's see what the audience thought.
Hold on, I wasn't ready. There it is. 54.8% of you voted for Yannick Bright. Now, what if he didn't get injured game 2 versus Atlanta?
Okay. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, and if you could see here, David Ruiz was not a close second, but he was second, representing about a quarter of the vote. So that's fair.
That is fair. Look, there's a chance that we win that, and if we win that, the Red Bulls that wasn't the Red Bulls. Atlanta almost beat Orlando. Orlando beat them 1-0, right? Look, maybe we're champs. Yeah. We'll never know.
All right, next category, we got worst moment of the season. Okay, we're on the pitch stuff. So we have worst moment of the season. We got 4 options here. We got David Ruiz getting the red cards versus Monterrey. We got Aviles getting injured, followed by a goal, game 3 against Atlanta. And then we have Campana cutting his hair, right? So
Yep.
that's a terrible moment. And then we have the whole preseason world tour. So as far as the worst moment of the season, I would have probably voted for the preseason world tour. That was pretty bad. Like in all
Wow.
essence, on and off the pitch, in terms of like the aesthetics of the club.
I wanted to lean towards Campana just because at that point he stopped being Campapi to me. And
Yeah,
Campapi has been a staple on our show since we
that's
started the
huge.
show.
Yep.
Yeah, for us that's huge. But I gotta go Thomas Aviles. If he doesn't just drop down and they score that random goal when everybody stops playing, that moment, right? Because it wasn't like it was that moment, that goal,
Yes.
that was the season ender that killed me. I think to me that was the worst moment of the year.
Well, I guess we could move forward and figure out exactly who voted for what here. And worst moment of the season goes to Aviles injured, followed by a goal, game 3 versus Atlanta. With preseason world tour being at 30%, 46.6% represented for the Aviles vote.
Yeah, look, that was a rough moment, man. Because there's a single moment that you could point to that led to the goal that eliminated us. And after we tied the game, because remember we tied the game, everybody was feeling pretty good at that point. We're like, we're gonna win this, but that happens. It's deflating, and that's rough. But I'm okay with this. I like that.
All right. I mean, that's good. I mean, best. Now we go from worst moment to best moment of the season. So there we have also 4 options. We got Messi's 6-goal contribution versus the New York Red Bulls. We
On
have
your birthday.
Drake. Yeah, I was on my birthday. Drake blocking Cucho's penalty to seal supporter shield. We got setting the record for most points in a season versus their current holder at the time, which was the New England Revolution. And then Messi header followed by the Campana pushing Guzan into the goal like a savage that he is.
That was an awesome moment.
That was an awesome moment. And I would have picked, just because I'm selfish and it's my birthday, the 6-goal contribution against the Red Bulls.
To me, it's the Drake block on the Cucho penalty kick. Like a single
that was
moment.
sexy.
That was
sexy.
big, man. That was the biggest regular season game of the year. You knew what was right in there because Columbus still had a chance to get in it. Right, but you knew that if you won it, you clinched. We clinched the supporter shield, and they should have tied the game, right? You figure that their MVP candidate Cucho should be able to close that out. But Drake, big Drake, that people voted for most disappointing, won us the supporter shield on that right there, and to me, that was the biggest moment.
So, best moment of the season is gonna go right here. 35% of the vote goes to Drake blocking the Cucho penalty to seal the supporter shield.
There you go. Well, that was a pretty close race right there down the middle.
It was. I mean, the other votes got 20, 23%, 21%. But for the most part, I think it's comfortable to say that everybody remembers that Drake block pretty clearly.
Tank wants a write-in vote, candidate, a Campana's last-minute goal.
We talked about that. I think we discussed that when we were going through the options.
We did, but we thought that it was when we were going to add Campana, we felt like it was funnier to throw in Campana shoving Guzan into the net.
Yeah, that was way funnier, and it was more recent as well. So a little bit of recency bias.
No, the Campana thing happened like a couple weeks ago. Also, the goal against Toronto.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Wait, but he's in another category.
He is in another category, so don't worry, right. Tank. You will see your boy Campana in one in the very future.
Yeah. So next category, next voting category is the best game of the year, and here we have another 4 options. Yeah, it is
one of my favorite categories. Yeah, I love this. I love thinking back about what was the best game of the year.
Well,
when you start looking back at it, you start forgetting some of the games that happened.
Oh yeah, you do. I mean, it all gets like a little blurry when you start to really go over it. But listen, Alejandro, don't make fun of my escoba, okay? I like to mop and clean, have my house clean, okay? Don't be doing that. All right. I keep a clean house here. So, best game of the year, we have 4 options. The first one, of course, being Inter Miami beats Orlando 5-0. Okay.
At that point, that was so awesome because they shut every preseason criticizer up, right? Because Orlando, one of the favorites to win the Supporter Shield. Oh my God, the preseason's horrible. You beat Real Salt Lake, but you should have lost to the Galaxy in Game 2. You miracled, drew that game. And then we came out and we shellacked Orlando at home. Yedlin's last game, absolutely awesome. Everybody thought that Luis Suarez was done after the preseason and the first 2 games of the season. He comes out, he scores. Beautiful game. By far one of the best games of the year, 5-0. So I wanted to make sure I emphasize all that.
Well, the other options were Inter Miami beat Cincinnati on the 24th of August without Messi.
Without Messi, yeah. And that was after we lost to them, was it 5-1, 6-1? So we got our revenge without Messi. That was a big-time game also. And then we sent Cincinnati spiraling after that.
Yeah, and then so Philly, Ash says Philly win with 9 men. That's one of our other options. Last minute goal on the 94th minute, winning the game 2-1. And then Dennis Lopez mentioning here the Columbus game to clinch the Supporter Shield. So let's go ahead and figure out exactly who you guys voted for. Boom, here it is. Best game of the year. 47.3% of you voted Inter Miami beating Columbus to go ahead and clinch the Supporter Shield.
That was a great game.
It was, and it ended. It ended with
drama,
with stakes. Yeah, and drama.
Yes, yeah. So I don't hate on everybody picking that. Almost half the people picked that, but I would have gone Inter Miami beating Philadelphia with 9 men. I thought that was a big time game. That was in the midst of Messi and Suarez being out. So you're like, oh, are they going to start losing games? That was an awesome moment. Down 9 men. And I'm not going to get into the rest of it because we're going to talk about it in another category. But I thought that was big time. I love that game. Look, well, everybody picks Columbus.
Yeah?
No way. Oh, no. Kakata said the Philly game. I agree.
The Philly game was it was close behind. It was close behind for sure. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one, the team MVP. Now, in the team MVP, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I kind of wish we would have written this in a different way, but okay.
Yes, we should have done team MVP other than Messi is what we should have done. That's what I think. But team MVP, we got five options. And the 5 options are as follows: Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Jordi Alba, Yannick Bright, and Sergio Busquets. Now, with these, obviously, I probably would have picked Jordi Alba if it was everybody other than Messi. That would have been my pick.
Me too.
So let's find out what everybody else would have picked, shall we? Team MVP goes to, of course, Lionel Messi. Now, I looked closely at the results, and Jordi Alba did win second place with 8% of the votes.
That's a tight race between the other 4 people. So Jordi Alba, and then followed by, I'm assuming, Sergio Busquets, then Luis Suarez, and then last, Yannick Bright is what I'm going to assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yannick Bright needs to get a little more credit because once Yannick Bright started playing, that defense took a step up in performance.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the next category is best goal of the year.
All right, now for this one, we actually have the video just so we can remind people in case they forgot what these goals were. So let's run that out there just right now.
It's just going to be nervy now because they have to just watch and hope that. Don't concede it at that point. Suarez.
So here's Tank's goal, which was big time.
That was sexy.
Yeah. That was the first option because that's when Campana scored the goal, 94th minute. Now, that also had a lot of importance because if he doesn't score that goal, we have no chance at the Supporters Shield the following week. So we needed to win that game, and he saved us and the Supporters Shield at that moment. So that was option number one. Option number two.
Again. His corner, and again, and this time the finish is made. What do you know? Second.
So maybe not as spectacular, but Ian Frey's first game back, a couple minutes into the game, Ian Frey gets on the board. What a way to come back. And that was a big-time goal. Again, playing against Columbus, a team that we're not supposed to beat without Messi or Suarez, and that was a big-time play. Number three, same game.
His goal tonight off a corner. Put some air under this. This is Jordi Alba. Long range
Golazo. Jordi Alba's absolute banger from outside the box. That's to me that was beautiful. And then last but definitely not least, so those were the four categories. There was one that we could have brought in, Messi's goal from outside the box against Kansas City, which was similar, I guess, to Jordi Alba. But I thought the way Jordi Alba controlled the ball, brought it down, and then kicked it, I thought was a little nicer. I would vote for Jordi Alba. I thought that was, and especially coming from Jordi Alba, I thought that, to me, that was the goal.
I actually would have voted for the Leo Alfonso goal. Not just because of Leo Alfonso, because he's not one that you would expect him to do that, but like the stakes for the game, like it was a great game. Like a lot of people underrate that.
Can I show you something real quick? I want to show you something real quick. If you look at this first goal, if you see right there, what I like about Campana's goal is that Campana had so much to do with it. If you look here, you see Campana trailing behind the person with the ball.
Yes.
And then right ahead of the person with the ball, you'll see Diego Gomez and Yannick Bright shutting down passing lanes. Yannick Bright and Diego Gomez changed this team in the midfield. Now, the other reason I like this goal is because Campana contributed to getting that steal, right? And then he played the two-man game with Campana. Now, the next two goals, right, the Ian Frey and the Jordi Alba, both Gressel corners. And then I wanted this one right here. Now, disregard the actual goal. Look at Yannick Bright's
pass by Bright is phenomenal.
No, and the fact that he got his foot on it, you could see right here. The ball's coming in, and Yannick Bright sticks his foot out, and he gets that turnover. I know that this is best goal of the year, but I want to make sure we give Yannick Bright his flowers because Yannick Bright does so much. And he contributed not directly in that first one, but the second one definitely. He contributes so much that we need to give Yannick Bright more flowers. All right, sorry. The goal of the year.
And before we get the drum roll going off, Florida Man needs to copyright this, put this on a shirt somewhere. And the baddie goes to
I like that. All right.
We got best goal of the year. 44.6% of you voted for the Jordi Alba monster blast outside of the box against Nashville.
That was a banger.
That was a banger.
That was an absolute banger.
You can't doubt that. You can't doubt that. That was
All
a
right.
hell of a goal. All right. So now we move into the best in season acquisition. Now here we have four players: David Martinez, Nicolas Freire, Federico Redondo, and Matias Rojas. Now I'm going to tell you who I would have voted for. I would have voted for Federico Redondo because I think holistically, I think he's going to pan out better for this team than a Matias Rojas. And I feel like before he got really injured, he was a huge asset in the midfield. Like him and Diego Gomez and Bright in the midfield would have been astronomical. That's who I would have gone for.
I lean towards Redondo also, but I think David Martinez filling in that hole in center back that when Freire went down, randomly picking him up in the summertime, I thought that David Martinez pickup was huge. I think it would have proven to be even better if he wouldn't have gotten injured and if he would have gotten past Atlanta. I would have
Yeah.
gone David Martinez. But that's not what we think. We want to know what everybody else thought. So here we go.
Best in Siegeszuna acquisition goes to 48.6%
Matias
voted
Rojas.
Matias Rojas.
Okay. Okay.
And
Look,
then
I don't.
Federico only got 16%.
Oh, a lot of people hate on Federico. The thing with Matias Rojas is he wasn't playing consistently.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer somebody like David Martinez or Redondo. But I get it, right? Rojas shows that he could possibly be a contributor. Alejandro, we were tweeting it out and we put it up on the last couple episodes in the description. Also, the link. It's too late now. Voting has closed.
That's it.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you are in the Cata boat where your votes are no
Good.
longer needed.
Alejandro, you could have saved Leo Campana from being most disappointing player of all not of all time, of 2024.
Of all time.
This falls.
Jeez.
I don't want to hear anybody complaining about Campana with me anymore. Blame Cata.
Blame Cata and Alejandro.
And Alejandro, both of you. Well,
And
I don't know
Alejandro.
who Alejandro would have voted for.
Next one. Who should have stayed this year? So here, this is where we kind of dip back into the past here. So we have 4 options, and the 4 options are DeAndre Yedlin, Gregory, Jean Mota, not Coco Jean Mota, and Christopher McVeigh.
Who do you think would have benefited us most if they would have stayed?
Gregory. I think both the team and the player would have benefited more off of Gregory staying. That's me. I mean, he's very Diego Gomez-esque in terms of his activity. He's not good offensively.
This is difficult for me because although I want to say Gregory like you, I think if Gregory's here, we never get to meet Yannick Bright.
I could see that. I could see that.
So because I still want Yannick Bright to be a thing, I think we probably would have benefited maybe. No, I still got to go Gregory because I don't like any otherwise.
Now, people
would you prefer Yedlin over? Because if you prefer Yedlin over Cello, then Yedlin would have been the decision.
Yes, I would have preferred Yedlin. Yes.
Okay, so Yedlin.
Well, but I mean, I feel like Gregory would have benefited better than Yedlin, and I feel like the team would have benefited better with Gregory here. And now there's people that are mentioning Kamal Miller. Now, Kamal Miller was in a trade. He was involved in a trade. These players,
you know what? But that would have been a good option.
Yeah, it would have been a good option. I think. Huh?
I don't even remember when he left anymore. Was it this season?
He got traded literally immediately after Phil Neville ended up getting shipped out. After Phil Neville got
shipped. So that was last year.
Was it last year? Yeah, that's right. It was last year. Yes. I think it was last year.
There's been so many ins and out pieces. I can't even remember now. In the preseason. Yeah, it was in the preseason.
I see that.
Oh, that would have been good then. We should have had write in, vote for me, Kamal Miller.
Yeah. Now your votes count, Kata. Okay. So who should have stayed this year? Let's go with the drum roll, please.
All right.
Boom. We got Gregory at 50 solid percent.
Yedlin got almost 40.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people miss Yedlin.
No, they don't miss Yedlin. They're just hating on Cello.
Well, they're hating on Cello, which gives you love for Yedlin. And the baddie goes to, I totally forgot that, Florida. We didn't think of that. We're not as good. You threw that out, and it's a gem.
Well, I prefer Cello over Yedlin.
Look at Steve Munoz. This is typical. You always do this for years. Midland. I mean, I've read so many things with Don Cafecito on it, followed by Midland. It's so funny.
All right, moving on.
All right, so now we're gonna get on to The battered moments.
The most
Right.
battered moment of the season.
Yes. So the most battered moment of the season. We got 4 battered moments. One of them is Tata's son getting a red card.
That's pretty embarrassing.
Busquets celebrating his first goal while Diego Gomez is injured on the pitch.
Happened right in front of us too.
We got Robbie Robinson vomiting on the pitch, caught in 4K. And then just watching Luis Suarez run. Just watching him run.
I'm going Luis Suarez running.
I'm gonna have to go with Robbie Robinson vomiting. I mean, I guess it's normal when you give that so much, but I would have probably gone with the Robbie Robinson. He got caught in 4K, my friend.
I don't know. I go Luis Suarez running, followed by Busquets, because everybody was celebrating while Diego Gomez there yelling in pain. That was pretty bad also.
All right, batter moment of the year. It goes right here to watching Luis Suarez run 48.6%. That's just battered for everybody, for him.
Yeah, man. It's rough. It's rough watching the poor guy run.
Followed by 23% for Busquets celebrating while Diego Gomez is there dying.
Yeah, man, that was rough. I had a hard time celebrating that goal because I was just watching there Diego Gomez right in front of us, yelling in pain.
Yeah,
watching Luis Suarez run, definitely the most battered moment of the season.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Let's move on to the next one, which is worst take of the year. Okay. Now, the worst take of the year, we got 5 in this category.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we got Danny saying that Gressel sucks. So that's take 1. Chris saying Diego Gomez sucks. Okay. Solana saying that a bombilla is shareable. My 1-8 formation. And Calypso grading Cello A+ for mid-season grades episode.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember he was part of our mid-season grades episode, and he only gave out 2 A's. He gave one to Messi and one to Cello.
I would have given it to Solana with the bombilla.
You would have given it to Solana?
Yes.
No, I got to give it to you with the Diego Gomez take.
And drum roll, please.
Oh, Diego Gomez. All right, here we go.
Boom. Worst take. Chris says Diego Gomez by 56%.
For sure. And shout out to Diego Gomez. He's officially gone. They started posting it everywhere. By far and away the worst take of the year.
I think that this is it just happens to be timely that he's going off to the EPL after I say that you suck. I mean, I hope that happens to everybody that we get, right?
If we didn't do a category for this, but if we had a category of most disappointing moments on the show, it's the fact that we never got the apology letter. You promised us. It's been almost a full calendar year. You promised us that we were going to get an apology.
No way.
Yeah, because in February is when he started balling in the preseason.
It's a $15 million take.
So he started balling in the preseason, and it's now December, and there's ChatGPT. You could have literally just made ChatGPT write it for you. There you go.
I'll work with Dennis on this. It's in the. I was gonna say that.
Look at Stancy. Gotta mail the letter to England now. Now courier letter to England. Yeah. Thank God you had that take, because my Gressel one was bad, but that Diego Gomez one was terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So worst take of the year goes to Mr. KBD. Next.
All right. So we got best nickname. Now, best nickname, this is fun because we like to have fun on the show. We like to give nicknames to players. And you and I, Danny, we've known each other for so many years, and we've even had fun with nicknames. Yeah, from like around our personal lives and stuff. Yep. So best nickname, we got 5 names here. We got Ben Creme / Cremita. We got
Mhm.
Campapi, Old Faithful, CJ Dos Salsa / CJ Dos Striker, James Gressel, the German James Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was during the summertime. That was summer Gressel.
Yes, that was Summer Gressel. And then we got Baby Ramos, aka David Ruiz.
I got to go Baby Ramos.
I would have gone with CJ Dos Salsa / CJ Dos Striker. That would have been my pick.
Let's see what
And
everybody else goes to.
Right here, we got basically it's I think he repeated, if I'm not mistaken. We got Campapi at 50
2 years in a row.
7%.
Mm-hmm.
So Campapi is at least he's holding a couple trophies for us in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, without him, we don't get the supporter shield. So
yeah, it's true.
All right, we're down to the last few.
Yeah. So the next one. Pretty after
straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward. Keanu Reeves. Yes or no? Very simple. And you suck, Danny. 80% says Keanu Reeves. Yes.
Look, I don't hate him as a person. You should have put acting.
I'm sorry.
I think that's where the issue is.
This is where you need to just stop.
No, because his acting sucks. Him as a human being, I've heard he's amazing. He's a sweetheart. He's a cutie pie. I get it. But as an actor, horrible.
The question is below. Keanu Reeves. And the answers are yes or no. And
whatever.
You lost because you're a loser.
Can you guys tell that Chris made most of these?
No.
All right.
Best boy band is next. Okay.
All right. And we know our stances. So let's see what.
72% unfortunately votes for Backstreet Boys.
Boom, baby!
This is criminal. Who hacked? This is fake news. Who hacked the voting polls?
There you go.
Which one of you in the chat went into the voting polls and robbed all of the voters?
Go, Dennis. There we
How
go.
many dead people? How many dead people voted on this poll?
Well, what's BTS?
I think Backstreet or
I thought for a second, but then I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. God, I can't. I'm sorry.
I wish upon Danny,
look.
only Vicky Bakery. You know what? I've had Vicky Bakery croquetas. I don't mind eating those for the rest of my life.
It's overrated. Shut up.
Whatever.
That place sucks.
All right.
Now,
let's go.
Hold on, Danny. Wait. Are we gonna leave the? Okay, so we're gonna go to.
No, I was gonna go to worst comment.
Okay.
No. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Because the next topic. Okay. All right. Best stadium giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go to best stadium giveaway, which that one was. I mean, it's fairly simple. It's you got the Miami 305 cap.
Mm-hmm.
You got what else was it? I'm trying to think of what the other options are.
I'll tell you what they are. All right, so
it's a pink public shirt,
the team
poster, and the pink tie-dye
bucket hat. I go bucket hat. I hate bucket hats, but I'll wear a free bucket hat to the beach any day. I really like the bucket hats.
Yeah, I actually would have gone with the pink public shirts. At least the shirts are like pretty good quality. The hat that they gave only fits children.
Oh, really? Oh, you have a big head.
Yeah. I don't have a big head. I have a normal head. What are you talking about?
If that doesn't fit you, you have a big head because that fits me just fine.
Shut up. Give me the drum roll.
There's a reason why you can fit that tire on your head.
It's 42.7% vote for the Miami /305 cap.
Nah, but look who's second place.
The second place is the pink tie-dye. Look, I like the design that they did with that bucket hat. I do like the design, most definitely.
All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Was 2024 season a failure? Yes or no?
60% voted yes.
Wow,
It was
40%
a
said no.
failure.
Wow. Okay. I think that was the surprise to me. 40% said no.
Yeah.
This is 40% of 237.
I don't know, dude.
That's almost 100 people. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There you
So,
go. All right. I like the optimism here.
next category.
All right.
Worst commenter. Worst commenter. We had 4 options. We had Mike V. We had Oh Yeah, Mr. Krabs. We had Tank, which I can't find any of his recent comments. And then for those of you who don't remember, Hammy, shout out to Hammy. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And Hammy, where you at?
Hammy was the king of the 145.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Or she.
He was a super. I say he was a super fun commenter. Super fun commenter. There we go. Tank representing. Tank representing.
Right. So my vote is for Tank. That is my vote. I give it to Tank. Just
your
for
vote's
his
for
Drake
Tank.
hate. Yeah, and
I'm
for
gonna
his
go,
love for Galese.
I'm gonna go for Mike V, because
With
consistently he brings the heat and he holds it down. Like he's cemented.
He'll randomly jump. He'll randomly jump on the Battered Heat fan show or something, and then he'll just Tata out and then just leave.
Yeah, he's a drive-by maniac. Mike V takes the vote at 56 solid percent, followed by a Tank with 25%.
Okay.
There we
you know
go.
what? I thought Tank would get more. Tank. I think you were robbed. I think you deserve more of that, because Tank, you are horrible. So shout out to Tank. And Mike V. Mike V has the biggest fall from grace of all time, because apparently last year, I didn't remember this, he won best commenter. And then this year, he is now the worst commenter. So I do think Tank deserved it, but congratulations, Mike V. That is one prestigious award. And we're going to figure out how to get you a shirt to represent your batteredness and just how bad you are. This year, we decided to skip best commenter. Maybe we should bring that back next year.
We should have brought that back. All right.
Back. 2 categories left. So, first category. Oh, and we're celebrating with some balloons, baby.
We're celebrating. Yeah, let's go.
What the hell was that?
I can't. No, that's it. The balloons left. You got to give it time for the balloons to inflate again.
Okay. Go ahead.
So we got worst episode
of the year.
So worst episode of the year, we put 2 episodes up. We put 192 and episode 269. Now 145 didn't make it because I was
that was just a mean episode.
Yeah.
That was just mean. But if you didn't take the time to go back and watch them, or even at least to familiarize yourself, we probably should put a description on there.
Yeah.
One thing is, we have the same guest on both of those shows.
Yeah.
It's just they're just bad. But I guess we could just go to it.
Drums, please.
There we go. 269 is not the winner. It's 192.
Wow. See,
with
I don't think people watched it.
53%.
269 was a train wreck.
Yes.
269 started with Xavier and Chris. They added Tommy to the mix. Then Chris disappeared. And then I randomly, on what I thought was going to be a night off, jumped on to try to salvage. And then Chris came back on, got in the little square in the corner of the screen, and just started randomly throwing out facts that weren't even facts. He was making things up.
It's just what I saw on the internet.
269 to me. Do you remember what this? Well, whatever. Let's go to our last
200 milligram Tommy, according to Sean Callahan. We're gonna go to the last but not least category, which is the worst guest of the year. Now here we have 4 candidates as well. We have Tommy One Time trying to repeat.
Mhm.
We got Justin Blair representing Cincinnati. We
Well,
got Ty.
where's Waldo?
Yeah, where's Waldo? We got Ty out of Columbus. Okay, from the
Horrible.
Wise Men Say Pod. And then we
Mhm.
got Todd the God
Yeah, fuck
representing
Todd.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, we don't even want to, let's not speculate about who we think should have won this. Let's get to
No,
the
no,
drum roll.
I mean, let's. We had two options for worst episode of the year, and they had one guest in common.
Tell me
Woo,
one time.
landslide.
Takes it in a landslide, 74.7%. Surprisingly, Ty with 21%.
Wow, Ty got a lot.
Yeah,
Ty got
did get a
a
lot.
big chunk. But we did have a landslide winner. Tommy last year got 100% of the votes, actually. So this year you dropped down a little bit, got 75%. But to our surprise, we do have somebody joining us to accept this award. So let's bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Tommy One Time. How are you doing, sir? Congratulations.
Wait, hold on. You're on mute. You're on
It's
mute,
horrible.
Tommy.
It's horrible.
Oh,
This
see,
guy's-
we're already
this guy's a
doing.
mess.
This is already
This guy's a mess.
terrible.
This is a mess.
I'm 20 milligram Tommy today. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you sending me this overnight. Right. You wore
I
the
hope you enjoyed it.
you wore the bow
I got
tie.
it.
You slicked the hair back. If you don't
did.
make another child tonight, I don't know what's wrong with you.
No,
I don't know what's
Absolutely
wrong.
not.
I'm texting. I'm
Definitely
texting the
not.
wife right now. We're
No,
we're getting
absolutely
this.
not.
We're getting this together.
It's,
I forgot
yeah.
when Chris was in that little box and he just
yeah,
kept
it was
saying the-
terrible.
That was the best thing that you've ever done on this. I watch every one of your guys' show. It was the best thing that's ever
69.
happened.
It was
I feel
really
like
good,
I got-
Danny.
I'm sorry, executive decision. Because I believe people voted without realizing what they were voting for. 269 is the worst episode of the year, hands down. We had poor Xavier there, and after the show was over, Xavier goes, "Did you guys set me up to just have a horrible show?" I said, "No, I swear, it wasn't on purpose. It was just it's just when Tommy's around, it's just a train wreck always."
Well, he's so serious. Like, that's the thing. Like, he comes in and, like, him and Chris are having a very serious conversation. Then I come in and then I bring the best out of Chris whenever I come on, right? Like, that's why you
terrible.
hate when we're together. And then he disappears. Now it's just me and this guy I met 30 seconds ago. And I'm like, I don't
It was
know.
just you two. That's right. Well, that's
I
why
can't tell any
jumped
bathroom
on.
jokes or anything. I don't know how serious he is. So, yeah, it was a complete disaster.
I jumped on hoping to like make both of you guys comfortable, and then Chris randomly jumped on the little screen, and I should go back to find out because he gave out an absolutely horrible stat, and I was like, "What are you talking about? That is not a real stat." He's like, "Yes, it is." Horrible. If you
They were
haven't
random
already,
facts.
It was
They were
random
random
fact.
fact.
but it was a fake fact. It wasn't true, which is horrible.
Yeah,
But I
that's
thought they
debatable.
were real.
Yeah.
That's debatable. That's debatable, Danny.
If you guys haven't and you are bored, tomorrow we're not gonna have a show, and you are just bored out of your mind for some reason, you have no Inter Miami content, put on episode 269 if you want to watch something horrible. Have yourself a good laugh because Chris is an idiot, Tommy is horrible. I jump in there random. You could tell that I just ran into the room to turn on the computer, and Xavier is kind of just wondering if this is some time of prank. It is just it's been rough.
Listen, Solana saying only 20 milligrams soft. Get out, Solana. Go get your bombilla. Okay. And then Sean Callahan right here putting a post of the day. Facts are facts if you believe it enough. And I believe those facts that I pulled up.
That was brutal. If you're gonna throw a fact
Here
check,
we
it's
go.
brutal.
Let's go, Hammy. Haven't seen you in the
Oh,
comments in forever.
Hammy!
Let's go. It's a fucking
Look at
celebration,
Hammy.
bitches.
You were a candidate, Hammy. You didn't
Yes.
win it, but Hammy is the biggest asshole I think of all the comments. If we had like a category for biggest asshole, Hammy wins that hand down because Hammy led the 145 charge that episode.
Well, listen, but you got to give it to him though for leading the charge because listen, when you dig yourself in that deep and then you push forward, I commend you for that. Hammy, shout out to Hammy, man. It's been forever since we heard you, bro.
It has been forever. So shout out to Hammy. It's I'm glad that you made it back at the very end of the year.
And I'll tell you, Tommy, just to sort of put some extra sugar on your comment, I think that episode with me in the corner was phenomenal. As far as Danny is concerned, he's a piece of crap. He has no idea what he's talking about. Danny, you have absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
That's why I brought his favorite trophy, the Brandon Vasquez U.S. Open Cup MVP. And look, there's Brandon Vasquez.
I was wondering what that face was.
Show him,
Brandon Vasquez. I saw Brandon Vasquez. So,
yeah, he was the MVP when Atlanta won Open Cup.
Was he?
Well, thank you. Well, no, in my mind he was. That's why it's my trophy. I could put whatever face I want on it.
You're right. Well,
Tommy, thank you, Battered Herons family.
I
just want to say
thank you. Yes.
Thank you for everyone hating me. I will be back. Thank you, Battered Herons family.
You are the most hated and worst guest by far, but we appreciate you taking the time to bring our show down to the ground. And we will see you in 2025 so you can make some more horrible content with us.
Burn it down. Brad Guzan's owns your ass. Bye.
He just hung up on us.
Motherfucker. Fuck that guy. All right. So that concludes the 2024 Battered Awards. We hope you guys had as much fun as we did hosting it. Glad to see Hammy come back. I haven't seen you guys in forever. Steven Munoz, absolutely. He is an absolute bum. Upcode says PTSD, post-Tommy stress disorder. And yeah, man, I think we can end it there. I'm really going to go back and watch 269 later on, just because I'm dying to know what that stat was. I remember I thought it was so stupid that you were putting out facts out there that weren't facts. But I do appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody in the chat for hanging out with us for this episode. We do it. This is our third one. It's growing a little bit more every time. Please make sure that you like the video. And do you have one last one, Chris? Everybody likes that we gas bag at the end of the show, or most people do. Some people might not like it, but a lot of people do like that. What was your favorite gas bag topic of the year?
I feel like the zombies one has been my favorite so far because you can explore.
You don't think that was just you don't think that's like recency bias because it just happened?
It is a little bit of recency bias. Yes, it is. It is a little recency bias, but it lets you explore. What's been yours?
You know what? I really like the cereal conversation.
Let me tell you, it's very surprising how people don't drink the cereal after eating it.
I don't. I thought that was a fun topic also. I think all the Keanu Reeves talk was fun.
Yes. I mean, look, John Wick. Listen,
we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun this year, and we're not done, right? This is just for on the pitch stuff, and then we throw the gas bag stuff all there, but we're still going to keep doing shows. We're hoping to have a couple guests next week, and we got more shows to come. This was technically, I didn't put it up there, this is episode 283. You think we get to 300 before the end of the year? How many days we got left in the year?
That's freaking 14 episodes. Are you kidding me? There's only like 17
episodes. Yeah, probably not.
No way, dude. No way.
No.
I mean, we'd have to freaking fart an episode every day out.
No, but look, we have a lot of fun. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we hope you guys have as much fun watching as we have making the silly stuff that we do. Chris, any final words on our third annual Battered Award Show?
I do want to mention that literally, like sincerely, we love you guys that hang out with us on the show. Like legitimately, we really do mean it. And I mean it, and Danny means it. You guys are literally the best part of doing the show. Like we started from just him and I on a call on this to like now where you guys get involved and we do this award show where we played around and talk about the worst guests and the worst commenters. Like it's all in fun, and you guys aren't the worst commenters, right?
Oh,
but like,
fuck tank.
Yeah,
fuck that guy.
But for the most part, listen, we appreciate everything that you guys do in this community, everything that you guys put up with us in this community where we're not super serious covering the team. We just want to make sure that you guys fully understand that. So if you have a couple minutes, if you haven't done so, click like. If you have Inter Miami friends that are fans, check us out, have them check us out. We can grow this community and really be able to kind of get together and do something big with this. So
Why am I toxic? What the hell?
yeah, Alejandro just said that you're fully toxic.
Xavier, you know what? Maybe next if you join us on the next live, because right now we got to run. We got the Spanish show to do. We don't want to keep Xavier and Solana waiting. If you guys want to keep talking, make sure that you jump on. It's a different channel. It's Battered Here en Español, and we'll be on in like 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be on there. So make sure you join us. But if you don't join there, on the next English one, next time that you're live, please ask that question, and we'll happily break down how this show started, how I got Chris into soccer, and we've tried to do other shows in the past, and we'll get into all that. So, and I think that's it. If you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please do 5-star comment, review, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last time, for the last hour. We hope that you guys join us next year and for the 2025 Battered Awards annual. And that's about it. Join us again for the Espanol show in a couple minutes. So until the next one, have a good one.